today we're going to make kombucha. I have my recipe and all of my supplies ready. Bottles that close, my already brewed kombucha, my tea, something to boil it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to figure out how much new tea we need and get that ready. So I need 2 cups of water for my tea. Guess I should have this pre-prepped. Whoops. Okay. And then I'm going to get that boiling. Okay. And I have loose leaf tea, so I'm going to use 3 teaspoons of green tea and 4.5 teaspoons of black tea. Tie a knot in this, and when that's done boiling, let it seep for about 10 minutes. So go ahead and toss that in there. All right, finish with the tea and set that aside. Now while the tea is boiling, this is when I'm going to get the flavors ready in the bottles. So today I'm going to make mint lemonade kombucha. So I'm going to shove some mint leaves, just crush them up and stuff them down into the bottle. And you can put as much in here as you would like. Set that aside. Use a funnel to pour lemon juice in here. Usually you go for about 1 inch in the bottom of whatever flavoring you want. Those are ready to have your kombucha. So over here is some kombucha tea that is already sat for a week, and I checked the taste, it's good, so I'm going to use it to make tea. So remove your scobies. Your tea a stir to get it all mixed up. And then you're going to need some of your kombucha tea used as a starter. So I need 1.5 cups of starter. Okay. And then add that to your scobies to use for your tea later. And cover and set aside. Okay, now the rest of this is going to go in the bottles for flavored tea that will be ready to drink in a couple of days. You want to fill it to about the shoulder of the bottle, so it's got a little bit of room when it is carbonating. have a 3-liter jar, so it makes about 3 liters of kombucha. So I've got 3 1-liter wine bottles. But I usually have a little bit left over, so I'm just gonna toss it in here. And it's okay if it's not completely full. Kombucha is also okay to drink right now, so if I wanted to drink this right now, I could. But if you want more carbonation, that's when you're going to close up your bottles, and you're going to set them in a dark place for about 2 days. I like to check mine and burp them just once a day to make sure that if the carbonation is building up, it has a little bit more space. Okay, so I put them in here for a couple days. Now it's time to make new tea. My jar is empty, so I'm going to fill it with water. I already have it pre-marked here where the cold water needs to go to. And so that I can put my kombucha tea or my kombucha back into the tea as fast as possible, I like to make it ice water. Ice all stuck together. Okay, about right there. Okay, so my tea has been steeping this whole time, and now I'm going to remove the tea bag. And to get all of that tea goodness out, I just dunk it in the ice water, and that way I can just squeeze it out. Okay, the sugar is for your SCOBY to eat. So make sure you put sugar in your mixture. Right? For mine, I need 3/4 cup. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then I'm going to stir it until it is fully dissolved. And then I'll add it in here. It should come to about that line. Which cools down this boiling tea so it won't kill my scobies. And give it a stir to mix it all up. Alright, and back to where you put your starter tea. And I'm going to add my starter tea into the jar. And give that a stir. Okay, and you should feel the jar. You can dip your finger into the mixture, but it should be about room temperature. If it's too hot, it will kill your scobies. So make sure it's about room temperature. And then you can put your scobies back into your jar. My scobies are thin because I've been peeling them apart after I make tea. So you can see this is the newest SCOBY. It's the lightest. It was growing on the top. So if you don't want a really fat, thick SCOBY, you can peel those new layers, and then you can give those layers to friends. There we go. All on top. Make sure you cover it with a cloth because though the bacteria, which is your scobies, are going to be making gases, so you need to let those gases release. So keep out all the dirt and dust and different particles, but the gases will release. Now I'm going to keep it in a dark place for about a week, and then I'm going to give it a taste check at the end of the week and see if I like it. If it's too sweet, I'll let it go longer. If you live in a warm place, like our kitchen's usually about 80 degrees, so ours only takes about a week to brew. But if you live in where your kitchen is cooler, it might take 2 weeks or even up to 3 weeks to get it to the flavor of your juicing. And that's it. Now let's clean up.